What is up, guys? 10FizMan here again, bringing you another exciting Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. This is an OU match that I had against FizzyStardust, and he is awesome. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He's a pretty cool, chill dude. And I found him on the Zat chat for Global Trainer Syndicate, and he challenged me to OU, so I'm like, why not? I just brought some random stuff together. He's got some pretty big threats in Black Hiram, Scizor, and Garchomp, and all sorts of crazy stuff. I got some pretty nice stuff myself, including a Custap Berry Skarmory, Special Defensive Rotom, Specs Hydreigon, Standard Sub-Disabled Gengar, Iron Fist Chomp, not Chomp, jeez. I mean that, just Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Ice Punch, Conkeldurr, and then Scarf Chomp. So, get this battle started. I figure my best bet is just to, get off my hazards, get up, as many hazards as I can. So that's exactly what I plan to do with my Skarmory. So this Skarmory, again, as I said, is a Custap Berry variant, which means it doesn't run any defensive investment, except it's a jolly max attack, max speed. That way you can get down to the Custap Berry as quickly as possible. Now, the issue is he leads a Black Hiram, and he has the Terravolt ability, meaning that he can break through my Sturdy. So I was kind of fearing that it would knock me out, but luckily this Ice Beam does not take me out, leaves me at 51. I'm able to get out my Stealth Rocks, which is fantastic. And now, thanks to the Custap Berry, I can move first in the following turn and get up a layer of spikes. Now, what I didn't expect, though, was this thing was actually a substitute variant. So, instead of going for the spikes, I could have gone for the taunt to prevent him from subbing up. But, in the long run, it really didn't matter that he got up a sub. I mean, it's a free substitute, essentially, which sucks. But, whatever. I mean, I could have taunted, but, I guess the extra layer of spikes would be, was more sufficient. So, he's going to take me off an Ice Beam. This Skarmory is technically supposed to be a suicide lead. So down goes my Skarmory, which is fine. But now I got to deal with a big bad Black Hiram behind a substitute, which kind of sucks. But I figure the best Pokemon to take a hit from this thing would be my Conkeldurr. So Conkeldurr's going to come in, be like, hey, what's up? I got 2 Iron Slabs. I really don't care what you do, except that he's got Ice Beam, and it's a special hit. And even though I have some special defensive investment, that's still going to do a crap ton. I don't exactly know his offensive investments. But as I found out later, he actually has a couple special moves, so that kind of stinks for me. That's why the Ice Beam did so much. I mean, typically you see Outrage or Dragon Claw, Fusion Bolt, and Ice Beam on a substitute Hiram, but he's probably more of a specially substituted Hiram, which is cool. Definitely not a invalid option. So anyway, I'm going to break the sub with a Drain Punch, and he's going to switch. Now, what I should have done was I could have bulked up here, but I decided just to be safe and go for another Drain Punch just in case he decided that if he wanted to, substitute again, I really didn't want to go for the bulk and give him another free sub. So I just decided my safest play would be to go for the Drain Punch again as the Landorus T comes in. Now, Landorus T, it's a bulky motherfucker and all that fun stuff. So Landorus is definitely going to be an issue. I really don't know what my best option here would be. I have Ice Punch, but, my attack's lowered. I don't think it'll kill, so I'm pretty much forced to switch here, which is fine. He can get up his Stealth Rocks, which is also fine, but, on the off chance he wanted to go for the Earthquake, I could bring in my Rotom Wash, which, again, is especially defensive. So he's going to go get up his Rocks, which is fine. I don't really have anything that's too weak to Stealth Rocks, which is good, and he's just getting some leftover health back, and, yeah, that's cool and stuff. So, I mean, literally, I just took this match not too long ago, which is pretty cool. But now, I predict a switch. So, Black Hiram comes in. I'm going to smack this thing after the Stealth Rocks and Spikes damage. We have the grand old Will-O-Wisp, which is fantastic. And I forget all these other DMLs return effects and stuff. But, yeah, Will-O-Wisp, luckily for me, it hits, and I get this thing burned, which is absolutely freaking fantastic. Now, I was still under the assumption here that he was more physically based, which is why, Will-O-Wisp, I was so excited that, I hit the Will-O-Wisp. But it turns out he actually has Earth Power, and, thanks to Terravolt, he's going to break through my Levitate, and that's going to do a pretty nice chunk to me. But since I'm specially defensive, I'm not going to even take half from that, which is pretty awesome. As I just get, go for the Volt Switch, going to get some momentum going and switch out, which is pretty cool. And I'll smack him with a Volt Switch, which isn't going to do too much, but hey, it does a nice chunk. And I'm going to switch out, go into my Conkeldurr, I believe, again. And, yeah, that's a thing. So, out comes my Conkeldurr. And, I figure at this point, my Mach Punch would probably be the best, because he really can't afford to switch out again, otherwise he's going to die to hazards. So I figure a Mach Punch is the best course of action for me at this point after all the aftertune effects. Nerd gag, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go for that stab. Mach Punch, it's off of max attack and stuff, so yeah, that Black Hiram is no longer an issue, and yeah, down it goes, which is pretty cool. So that's one less big threat, to deal with. So, oh, fine and dandy as I get my leftovers going. And I can't remember exactly what he brings in here, even though I just took this match, and it's Starmie. Now, the spin is the rabbit spin's pretty obvious, and I figured he would go for that just because, it's a Starmie, that's what Starmies do. It's his only Pokemon that has a chance of spinning. So I bring up my Gengar to, get the spin on, to block the spin, but he actually ends up going for Trick. Now, I did not anticipate that at all. I really was expecting Rapid Spin, but instead he goes for the Trick, which means I get a Scarf, and he gets my Black Sludge, which is absolutely fantastic, because now he'll take some more residual damage every turn. And now he's pretty much forced to switch out, because now I've fronted him if he stabs Shadow Ball, and that'll be faster thanks to the Scarf. Now, I forgot about Heatran, which sucks because I just have to hit that with a Shadow Ball, but I really didn't have a choice anyway, so it really wasn't too big of a deal. Just gonna smack Heatran with a Shadow Ball, and it's gonna do nothing because it looks to be especially defensive, so that kind of sucks, and it's gonna be an issue. So that's actually a pretty cool core though in Heatran and Landorus T, even though they both weak to water. But at the same time, most water types are specially based, so it shouldn't have too much trouble against most waters, especially for my Rotom here, since it doesn't have the investment. It's not, the Hydro Pump's not going to probably kill. So as he goes for the Lava Plume on the switch, I'm just rambling at this point. But anyway, yeah, Lava Plume, smack. That's awesome. And I'm just kind of wandering off right now. But anyway, yeah, Lava Plume doesn't do anything. I'm going to go for the Pain Split here, expecting maybe a switch, but it's not the case. He might have predicted me to go for the Willow was predicting a switch, but that's not the case, and he's going to go for a Toxic, which sucks. And I really should run Toxic on my specially defensive train. I don't know why I don't. I think I have Lava Plume, Protect, Roar, and Stealth Rock. I mean, both Toxic and Roar have their uses. You could even run them on the same set except for Protect, but I like to Scout and Protect, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a thing too. So, but now, I figured that he's probably going to switch out, and I go into my Kinkeldor. And I think that's what my plan was. I apologize for not exactly knowing what's going on, but I never do. Oh, actually, no, that's what I did. I predicted Protect, which is why I can get a free switch to my Kinkeldor, which is pretty awesome. Now, I didn't expect him to carry the Roar. And so what do I run instead? He has Lava Plume. He has Protect. Oh, he doesn't have Stealth Rock. That's what it is. Jeez, I'm so stupid. But anyway, that's what he has. He has Lava Plume, Protect, Toxic, and Roar. So he's just going to roar me out as I bulk up, which sucks. But he brings me out in my Garchomp, which is pretty nice. Now, if I were a Sword Stance variant, this wouldn't be an issue. But unfortunately, since I am, that's kind of a big deal. And I'm Scarf, so I completely I completely forget the existence of Landorus. I am an idiot, and that really freaking sucks. I'm thinking that at this point he has no flying types. Oops, forgot about the Neanderus. So that kind of sucks. Gonna go for the Earthquake, and it's not gonna affect it because it's a flying type. So, yeah, that's the thing. So I don't know why I say that so much, but I do. Whatever. Anyway, since I'm predicting U-turn here, just because it's a good middle ground. I figure I can take Earthquake takes to Levitate, and U-turn I quad resist it, so I can take that pretty nicely, and I do, which is great. So he's just going to U-turn out and go into the Scizor. Now, I could have predicted Pursuit here, but I decided that he would most definitely go for the Bullet Punch. Reason being is that if he goes for Pursuit, I can get a free setup opportunity with my Kinkeldor, which is why I switch out and go into my Rotom Wash predicting Bullet Punch. Now, the reason he actually told me while we were playing this, he actually expected me to carry the HP Fire, which is exactly why I went for the Bullet Punch, as opposed to if he knew I didn't have the HP Fire, he would have gone for the U-turn just to get some more switch momentum. But that's not the case, as he just pointlessly Bullet Punches, which sucks, as the Heatran comes in, and it's going to take some nice residual damage, which is great. I'm looking pretty good at this point, but as you'll see, things will definitely start getting interesting. But anyway, full switch, because the switch was pretty obvious. I mean, I could have gone for Hydro Pump, but it was like, and stuff. So yeah, now this is a key point in the game right here. And, I should have anticipated that he was going to switch at this turn because he roared. I shouldn't have fell for it again. I mean, because, at this range, I figure he could, I could take him out of a Mach Punch. I should have gone for the bulk up, but I didn't. He's going to switch out, and he's going to go into the Landorus, which sucks. I really, really, really should have gone for the bulk up this turn, but that is not the case. I'm just going to go fire up a Mach Punch if the Intimidate goes, and that was a pretty poor play on my part. I really should have done some better plays there, and, my brain was kind of all over the place, as it usually is when I'm playing OU. OU really isn't my strongest tier. I mean, I'm good at the tier, but I'm not, an expert. So, some other people might argue with that, because in my group, one of my groups, Team Aqua, I actually won an OU tournament with Sand Team, which was pretty cool. I never won a tournament before, especially OU. That's my least favorite tier, really, to be honest. And I did well. I won the tournament, which is cool. But anyway, he's gonna hit me with that Earthquake again. I'm rambling. Anyway, yes, Earthquakes. Boom, Ice Punch. Boom, doesn't take it out, but I get the freeze, which is unfortunate, and I really think that, in the long run, it didn't matter, but at the same time, it did, because, seriously, you could probably take me out with another Earthquake. Actually, maybe not, but at the same time, I really don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go for the Drain Punch, because I was kind of fearing that if he did get an Earthquake off, if he thawed first turn, I could get some extra HP recovery, which is minimal, but hey, every little bit of HP recovery counts. Now, the Drain Punch does so little damage, I figure a Mach Punch is definitely not going to take it out next turn. So I'm pretty much forced to just go for another Ice Punch. Luckily, he stays frozen for both turns, so I'm able to get off the Ice Punch and finish up the Landorus. But, yeah, things really aren't... I mean, they're really looking up for me at this point, but it's going to be interesting because, again, some things happen. So, yeah, spoilers. I really don't want to spoil, but yeah, that's, stuff. Anyway, I'm going to switch up my Conkeldurr here, I believe, and I switch into something I don't recall. I believe my Rotom. Yes, I do go into my Rotom. Now, I really don't know if that was the best play. I was kind of just bringing in his Death Butter at this point, but it's just going to go for the Stab Hydro Pump, and it's not going to kill me next to my Special Defensive Investment, which is awesome. But he's just going to hit with Black Sludge, and I'm pretty much almost dead. I have to stay in, or I die regardless. So that kind of sucks. But you know what? Rotom did its job. Did a pretty good. It just did well in this game in general, which is nice. He's going to go for the T-Bolt just to finish me off, just in case I wanted to switch out. But I don't want to switch out. Just want to die. So yeah, that's cool and stuff. Yeah, down goes my Rotom. But now I can bring out my Scarf Chomp, and I can start spamming Dragon Claw. Now, I did not want to go for Outrage. Reason being, I did not want... to be honest, I probably could have gone for Outrage, but in the long run, it really didn't matter, as you'll see a little bit later, that if I went for Outrage or not. But anyway, he's going to go into Heat Frame, because he thinks, it's Dragon Claw. It's not going to kill his Heat Frame from that range. But thanks to the Stealth Rock and the Spikes, it actually does put him into a range where my Dragon Claw will take him out this next turn, which is freaking fantastic. And I thought it was, all home free from here. But, down goes the Heat Frame, which is awesome. And now he's going to bring out his own Garchomp. Now I figure if he scarfed, it's a speed tie. Luckily, I do win the speed tie if he was scarfed, of course. And I'm going to hit him with Dragon Claw. But much to my dismay, this motherfucker runs a Hobbitberry on his Garchomp, and I just started laughing. I'm like, really? Oh, lordy, what is going on? But anyway, that kind of sucks, and now I'm going to lose my Garchomp, which really stinks. But yeah, Outrage, that's going to kill me. So yeah, good job. That really caught me off guard, so good for you. And, yeah, the Ruskin, it's going to help, but it's not going to help too much. I lose my Chomp, which really sucks. And, yeah. But now I can go into my Gengar, and I'm like, hey, I'm scarfed. I can outspeed you regardless. And I forget, wait, he's not scarfed anyway. What am I talking about? I can outspeed him regardless. So, I'm going to smack him with a Shadow Ball. Down the Garchomp goes. And now all he has left, ladies and gentlemen, is the Scizor. Now, I have a full health Hydreigon. I have a Conkeldurr, and I figure I can pull this out of the bag. So, because Twisted Scizor is such a big threat, he's going to take me out with the Bullet Punch, and that sucks, but whatever. I just kind of left it in anyway. Now, out comes my Specs Hydreigon, and, I figure a Specs Dracometer will take it out. and he goes for the bullet punch. I know a choice between a bullet punch won't one-shot me, but guys, he gets a crit. And my Hydreigon goes down. That, my friends, made up for the freeze, and that pretty much sums up this battle, because I cannot take him out with a Drain Punch, and I do not outspeed him to go for the Mach Punch the following turn. He's not going to take me out of that Bullet Punch. And I'm going to, oh, jeez, I get a nasal thing right now. Oh, sorry about that. But anyway, leaves him with a sliver of health. I don't know how much that was. I don't know why my camera's not focusing. It's a piece of crap. But anyway, yeah, it leaves him with a sliver. I figure maybe I can take a Bullet Punch. But, guys, I can't. That is good game. Fizzy, that was a fantastic battle. I mean, yeah, I lost the hacks, but hey, that was actually one of the few battles where I actually had fun losing the hacks. It was fun. I laughed so hard when he got that crit. He's like, and he kept talking to me in the chat. He's like, crit, and it did. I just laughed my ass off. That was great. But anyway, it was a really good game. You know, if you're not subbed to Fizzy already, sub into him, please, because he's a pretty cool guy. So anyway, rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.